Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
It's really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Everyone and anyone out there knows that I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass, guys, because 31 years ago, I was a dumbass. But through the grace of God, I can honestly say today, 31 years later, I'm now a smartass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible. It means donkey. It's in the Bible over 40 times, okay? You know, I say that to say this. Everybody who struggles, I mean, we're all struggling, right? The last couple of years have been really tough for everyone. You all need to know that someone is out there listening, okay? You're not alone. I'm a recovery coach. I'm a nutritional health coach. I am here for you. If you get in touch with me, my services to you are free, okay? And my book can absolutely help save lives. We have to come to an understanding. We've got to look at addiction differently, guys. Don't believe the lies. You are not powerless. Not over anything, especially through God. So if someone out there really, truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please reach out to me, okay? Having said that, please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. And I want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors. You know, Fire Team Designs does everything. My crazy t-shirts, my mugs, everything. They're incredible. And they will help, you know, do anything that you want. You can do it seriously. You could do it like I do, silly cartoons, whatever it is. Fire Team Designs, okay? Having said that, I would like to introduce my really cool guests, but I don't want to get anyone's names wrong, so I'm going to introduce my buddy Rich Torres, because that's easy, and he brought his crew with him, so introduce your boys.
All right, so hi. So I'm Richard Torres, and we have, so we'll start at the end of the table over here. We have Apollo Riego, right? He's another magician.
Hi.
And then we have Malachy Quinn over here with the fancy chair.
Hi, I'm Malachy Quinn. I'm John Lennon's lost son.
That's right, baby, that's right.
And I have a back problem.
So he gets the fancy chair. Yeah.
So tell everyone a little bit about what you guys do. Start there.
Oh, I just want to say one more thing. Our friend Watkins, who is one of like the best
That's
New
right.
York mentalists, couldn't be here today. Last minute situation, but he's sitting right here. He's
right.
He's here in spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, sorry. Question again. Sorry.
So now just tell everybody a little bit about what you guys do and how you guys met. I want to know that.
Well, that's a funny story.
Okay.
Which one are we talking first? Which story first?
Which
Whatever you like.
So, let's see. How?
Do Apollos or Watkins, one of those.
What was the first half of the question?
Okay. How did you guys meet? Let's start there.
So let's see. So I met Apollo, and you could verify this because I think we talk about it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You used to work at Toys R Us.
Yep.
In Times Square when it was there.
Yep.
In the Magic booth.
And you had your own show out in Times Square.
Yeah, at the Broadway Comedy Club.
That's right.
Right. It was just put it up there, and I was kind of just starting out, sort of. So I got lucky, and someone was like, "Hey, you should do your own show here." After they saw me, because I used to do a ton of open mics.
Okay.
So someone saw me and basically was like, "Hey, put your own show at the Broadway Comedy Club." And then I used to always go to Toys R Us just to hang out, and they had like a little magic booth, and it was Marvin's?
Marvin's Magic, yeah.
And he was one of the magicians there, and I bumped into him there, I didn't know any magicians at the time. So that's the only magician I knew at the time. And that's how I met him. But we didn't really start hanging out until like just a few years ago, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe three years ago.
Yeah.
That's when we started hanging out. Yeah.
Um,
When we worked on a project together. Yeah, because I actually, Rich is a really phenomenal videographer and editor. So I had him work on my project. So if you guys need any videography.
Very
Rich is the
cool,
man to
very
go to,
cool.
Cinematography. I love that word.
Very cool.
yeah, so... And then we became... Now we're just...
Yeah.
Like, he's one of my best friends now, you know.
Very cool.
Malachy is an interesting one.
Can I talk about this one?
You want to talk about
We
this one?
met at a cemetery.
Please tell.
Yeah, yeah.
It was one of my first shows. We were hired to do magic there, and they actually hired 3 magicians. I don't know. That's the only 3 that I've knew were there. Maybe there were more. Maybe some of them weren't alive at the time, but whatever. So I met him at a cemetery. We were doing shows there, and yeah, that's how we met.
Wait, you can't just stop there with that, okay? So you were hired to do magic at a cemetery?
Oh, yeah, that was a shock for me, too.
Okay.
Do you remember the lady's
It
name?
was a historical cemetery.
Yeah, there's
That
a
sounds
very
amazing.
there's a historical cemetery in Jersey City. It's like
Something Grove.
it's near. I wouldn't say it's probably by it's by the high school in Jersey City. Do you remember the name of the high school?
Not at all.
All right. Well, it's in Jersey City. If you look up historical cemetery in Jersey City, you'll find it.
Okay.
They were having some sort of, I think it was a celebration of the cemeteries, like historical celebration, whatever it was.
Okay.
And lady hits me up online and was like, "Hey, I'm looking for a magician. Cool, you know, tell me about your event. It's in a cemetery. Interesting.
Did they want you to, like,
Yeah.
bring ghosts up?
Oh
No,
no, I
no.
have a story for that. Just
Okay.
Remind me.
Okay.
Oh,
Remind
yeah.
me to tell you about that because I had an inquiry about that once. Someone really wanted me to do that.
Well, I'm
That's
reminding you.
chaos.
Listen, you.
Well, we're on 2 stories right
I
now.
know,
we're on the
but
cemetery.
That's
we
the
got to
strange thing.
remember. We got to remember this ghost story. So go ahead.
Because
Okay.
that's the strange thing. Because we were hired at a cemetery, but it wasn't for a seance, and it was in broad daylight. It was.
Oh, yeah,
And like
yeah.
it was hot actually.
That's
it was
crazy.
super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really hot, and
And
we just did magic.
I think it was one of your first gigs.
It was my first paid ever.
Yeah.
At a
And we were just
cemetery.
hired to just walk around, and they had like different vendors and stuff, and people were walking around, and we were just told to just walk around, entertain the people in the crowd, just mingle with them. It's what we call walk around magic. There's different terms for it depending who you're talking to. Some people call it walk around magic. Some people call
Strolling
it
sounds
close up
cooler.
magic.
Yeah.
Some people call it strolling magic. Depends who you're talking to. Yeah, but it's all the same thing to some people. It's confusing.
Close up and strolling sounds cooler.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
They're all the same.
I like
No, it's
close
all
up
good.
and strolling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I like close up and strolling.
Yeah, so that's basically how I met him, and then we didn't really. I stayed in touch with him for a bit, then kind of lost touch. But then, how did we end up hanging out more?
Oh, I don't have access to those memories.
Me either. I don't remember.
I was in there, so
I guess we just started hanging out.
Okay,
more.
cool.
So yeah.
Before we go into the ghost story, let's give a shout out to Jackie Nunez, Alex Augustine, Goodfellas, right? I mean, Warren. I mean, that's where we actually got the hookup. We got the hookup.
Yeah, yeah. Alex
Okay.
is a cool dude.
Yes. So thank you guys for Goodfellas. So I got to hear the ghost story. Let's go.
So this is recently too. I think maybe because I think I told you guys this story.
Go
I had,
closer to your mic, though. Yeah.
Oh, so I had an inquiry online through my website. I think it was. I don't remember who it was. It was some random person. It's like, hey, I have an event on this day, and I was like, okay, what's my usual spiel? Tell me about your event. And she goes, it's a little weird. I'm like, trust me, I've heard many weird ones. What's your story? And lady goes, so I want are you like a mentalist? Because it says mentalist on your website. I'm like, yeah, it's magic and mentalism, yeah. And she goes, so I want to put on a seance. I want to try to get in contact with my relative, and I'm going to pay you obviously for your time, and it's going to be several of us, and I want you to basically we're all hoping to hear from our lost one. I forgot who it was. And I want you to, bring them back for us for a bit. And I sat there like, is this is this for real? Like, I typed, like, are you, this is like, you want me to do like a seance, basically? She goes, yeah. I'm like, for real?
He's like, how serious are you?
Yeah. I was
Are
like,
you dead serious?
Oh my God, I love you.
yeah, I was like, how are you? Is this real? And she goes, no, she was really serious.
I'm sure. Listen, he's.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah.
Dead serious.
And I remember I called Apollo, I think it was, and I told him about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Because when you become a magician, you're like a mentalist, stuff like that, you kind of learn secrets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other industries.
That they won't tell us.
And
Oh, I'll speak about all the medium secrets.
well, besides the medium stuff, we'll tell you all about that stuff.
Yeah, we can do that
okay.
later.
So we become huge skeptics on a lot of areas, right? Because you learn how a lot of things work. So I felt bad. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing this if this is what you really expect me to do. And then she was like, oh no, we believe in you. I'm like, well, now because I have like a consistent like rating, 5-star rating on the internet. So my thing is, if I do this thing and they realize nothing happens, is she still gonna pay me or leave me a 1-star review?
Right. Right. I would want to know that. Yes.
Yeah, they're like, well,
sure.
nothing happened. Like
Well, you can make it seem like something
Well, we
happened,
could, yeah,
but you're
but-
questioning ethics
but this
here
is
at this
exactly.
point.
Then you start questioning ethics and stuff, and I didn't feel comfortable with
Yeah.
that.
So you said no.
Oh, of course.
I'm
yeah.
glad to hear that. I
Of
mean,
course.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Bring back the
I'm
day.
like, it
Yeah,
would have
it's
been
kinda-
interesting to pull this off,
Yeah.
but no, it was just not
Okay.
right.
So let's get to it, boys. Yeah. Let's have some magic.
Oh, all right.
Already, okay. We
Wait, can I tell them about this yet or no?
Oh, yeah. So,
True story.
Before this whole thing was planned, I emailed you or I called you and I
Called
said,
me?
look, I'm gonna mail you something, okay? So you can show them that. She won't show you the other side just because her address.
No,
is-
I'll show them the stamp.
Okay.
My
yeah. So
name.
it's legit.
Do not open.
Okay. Yeah, and it says not open on the back. And you did not open it, correct?
My mouth to God's ears, not only did I not open it, I kept it in my glove compartment of my car on purpose. And I want to be just as shocked as everyone else. My question to him was, since I'm not opening it anyway, why can't you just bring it and hand it to me, right? Tell them what you said.
So basically, there's a lot of magic is psychological, and if I just give it to you, especially what for that specific thing that I want to do, it's just, I don't know, it's not as exciting. I think the dramatics kind of helps,
Okay.
you know. Then when I arrived today, I also gave you a second envelope, right?
Sealed.
This is something different.
Yep.
All right. And we'll figure that out at the kind of close to the end. Just
Okay.
just give me like a cue when we're about to wrap up, and then we'll unveal
Okay.
what's inside of that.
Okay.
Cool. And genuinely, just so everyone else here knows, even though yes, I did speak with you, I didn't tell you, hey, play along. I didn't.
First
say,
of all,
"Hey."
you can't tell me play along, okay? Number one, that wouldn't work for me. Number two, I love magic. I love being surprised and shocked, and I just wish they'd tell me how they do these things, and they won't.
And she's genuinely been bothering us this
Yes.
entire time about what's
Yep.
inside these envelopes.
I called
Very
several of my other magician friends, and I said, I didn't ask what they thought was inside of it, but I said, why couldn't he just hand it to me? Like, that's blowing my mind. And they said, the shock factor. That's all they kept saying to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So that's there. And I don't know if you can, there's a TV here, but it is on the table. It's in plain sight. I also have a GoPro over here with this angle, so if you might upload this, and you'll be able to see this if I do upload that.
Okay.
But yeah, who wants to go first? Malachy. All right.
Towards me, okay.
Ruben. Ruben is not only one of the owners of Hamilton Radio, he's our producer producing today's show. Say hi to everybody in the camera, Ruben. All
Yeah.
right.
So Malachy.
Malachy?
Oh, you
Okey-doke.
think.
So before we just jump into this, I wanted. Oh, thanks for asking. By the way, I like to do magic because when I was a little boy, I wanted to be psychic. So long story short, I learned lie detection because that's the closest thing you can do to get to being psychic. So I did that for my master's degree. Ekman Sciences, facial expressions, all that. However, I've been changing my style as of late because lie detection is you have to manipulate the conversation, you have to steer the conversation, and manage the conversation, say, ask certain questions. And I'm trying to do things a little differently, like specifically have people talk about themselves. You get to learn more about them. You get to connect with them. You get to see what they want to show about themselves, what they're trying to hide about themselves. You also see that. You also see their deepest, darkest desires, their passions, their fears, and anything that they're passionate about. And that gives me joy. So that's what I like to do now. So let me show you something that involves
Oh boy.
pictures.
This is so cool.
Specifically pictures that you might have emotional or memories tied to this. So I have here, dear, like 20 different ink blots, as you can see. They're all varied and different. So we're just going to give this a mix. And what you're going to do is very specific. You're going to take one, don't look at it, cover it, and put it against your chest, and we're going to turn back to back.
Oh, cool. Okay, yes. Okay. All right.
You
so
can pick any one you want. You can move it around.
Anyone I want?
Don't let me influence you. You can change your mind. Do you want that one?
Yes.
Hold it against your chest. Do not show
I'll
me.
turn away.
You should
just
turn
so they
away
can
too, yeah.
look at it.
Yes, we'll all turn away.
Haha.
And if you want, you can show them, but we'll make sure.
All
that we're
right. So
looking the other
then,
way.
but I can't look at it, right?
Oh, no, now are you looking at it?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm turning away. Now
No.
look at it.
Oh, now look at it.
And don't tell me what you see at all, obviously. But I want you to have an impression in your mind. The first impression, you have something.
Okay.
You have something, yes or no?
Oh, I mean. All right.
Does it, so the first impression, like if it looks, let's say, like a fox, a beetle, or a witch, don't tell me.
I won't.
But I want you to think of the second thing, like that it might kind of look like. That's what I want you to tell me.
Okay.
What is it?
Oh, you want me to
Your
tell
second
you?
impression. Leave
My
the first
second,
impression.
not my first one, but my second.
Yes.
Okay, are two bats.
Two bats. Okay, there's a lot of them there
Ruben,
that looks
do you
like
want
bats.
to
but you
show
see
this
two
to the
bats.
camera?
Oh, no, not yet.
No, I mean, can Ruben show it or not? Not
No,
to
no,
them.
not yet.
Okay, no.
At the end.
Oh, at the end. Gotcha.
Now, I want you to think of if this brings any memories to you.
Yes.
Okay, think of one of those memories. Like it's a good memory, a happy memory.
Yes.
Oh, a pleasant memory.
Yep.
So you like bats. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I love
That's
all.
interesting.
Yeah.
You love all what?
All creatures.
All creatures. I'm getting a sense of this. What kind of memory was it? A happy memory? What when you're a child, I suppose.
Well, I don't know how to even answer that because I had almost every animal in the world as pets, even crazy animals, and I smiled when I saw this.
So it reminded you of one of your pets.
Yes.
And you have many pets. How many pets did you have?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Wow. Did you run a pet shop?
Did I run a what?
A pet shop of some sort?
Oh, no. I was just crazy.
And did this pet have a name, or is it a specific pet or a bunch of pets?
I had a lot of pets.
And does this memory bring up a specific pet in mind, a name or anything?
It brings up memories of my birds, but not one in particular. I had a lot of them.
Okay, I think I have something here.
And you're currently drawing this, correct?
Yeah, I'm drawing it
Okay.
for the.
That's what
Oh, you don't hear
hear.
the scribbles. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing it as I'm getting these impressions.
This is crazy. I can't wait to see this. So we have someone in the audience. Terry, is he drawing them or is he cheating? No, he's drawing. Okay, good.
Yeah,
So
there's
we've
verification. We have security in the audience verifying
That's
this.
right, we do. Okay? I don't mess around.
Making sure we're honest liars.
That's right. That's right. Okay, this is great.
Oh, it's going to details too.
Okay. Focus on the white spots.
You want me to focus on the white spots?
Yeah.
Can me and Apollo turn back around?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
can we-
you can. You can.
Oh, okay.
Are we good?
okay.
Okay.
I've been like facing the other way the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, that should be it. We can turn back around.
We're turning around.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it was a pleasant memory. It's about your childhood.
Yes.
What I can tell about this is you are someone
Speak a little closer.
who goes after what they want.
Oh,
You grab
yes.
the bull by the horns.
Oh, yes.
You don't let things stop you.
No.
And when you see something you want or a plan of action, you go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you go all out. You don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
That's right.
So right now, let's have this type of image that we can show you. Does this look like what you have?
Yes.
Can you show the camera?
Yes. So now, this is what's weird about what you just did. I said bats. That, in my mind, I saw bats, but it's not like this looks like it, so you knew it. How'd you know it?
So I get different impressions based on
Look, show
the
it there.
ink blots.
Okay, show
Oh,
it-
yes,
show
yes,
it
yes,
there
here.
as well. How did you do that?
So all of these are different.
They all are.
So they are somewhat distinct. They're all distinct. So this one is definitely
This
different.
would
from
be
all of
more,
these.
but all right, now I'm really confused. Now I'm really confused because
Yes, actually, this one would look like the most like a bat. Actually, I think this one looks the
this
most
one
like a
and
bat.
this. So wait a minute, guys. All right, now come on. I did not pick this or this, okay? This, to me, this right here is a bat,
To me, that's Mothman right there.
okay? So how did you, I'm confused.
And see, different people interpret things differently. You see it upside down, you see a totally different image too.
Right, but there it is
Yeah.
the same way.
Exactly.
So how did you do that? Because I'm going to get a photo of this.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. So it depends on people who have different impressions, have different associations with the ink blots. And here I have 20, but there's actually 10 original ink blots, and they had used those specific ones for specific purposes because it's a consistent thing that people interpret those 10 images with. Like there's only 2 or 3 answers that are the most widely used, and from that you can tell a person's psyche, how if they're what's on their mind and all that. So I just added a bunch more so I can get more varied interpretations from different people.
I still don't understand, though.
I
This
placed
is
it all
crazy.
back down, face down in
Right,
front of
this
you.
is crazy. I'm super duper impressed. All right,
I'll take a picture of that too.
I'll send you all my photos anyway, don't worry. That's crazy.
This is one of my favorite tricks. I actually came up with this myself when I was, let's say, 18. Yeah. I studied psychology.
I
so-
remember. So what's cool about having friends who kind of do the same thing? We kind of like help each other out with ideas. So I remember when he told me, "Hey, I have this idea with ink blots." Right. So then we would share with each other like, "Hey, this is what I want to do. How do I do it?" So then we just brainstorm ideas.
So you know how he did this?
I don't know.
Do you know how he did this? You're sweeter than him.
He's never seen it before.
I've never seen it before. It's my first time seeing it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I could have.
All right, I give it to you.
Good
I
job.
give it to you,
Yes.
baby. I'm blown away. Okay, next.
All right, I'll come on. I'll go next. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have you close it. All right, let's see. Let me. You mind moving just a little bit? Yeah. I have a bunch of coins here. Malachy was talking about lie detection and all that stuff. I just want to test you out, see if this works out. Can you take a coin, please, and just make sure it's solid, make sure it's real. Here, I want you to put it behind your back.
It's real.
Yes? Put it behind your back. Put both hands behind your back.
Okay.
And I want you to put it in one of your hands.
Okay.
Okay? And whenever you're ready, I want to look away. Whenever you're ready, just put out 2 fists like this and just say done.
Done.
Move closer to me. Face me, please.
Done.
And let me see if I can do a little bit of muscle reading because one hand should be tighter than the other. If you're holding on to something, if you're
holding on.
grasping onto something, it should be a little bit tighter. So I'm assuming, since I think you're right-handed, right? So that's the first thing that you did. You put it in your right hand instinctively. Take a look. Make sure. Open.
Wait, you think it's still there?
I think it's in the right hand, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, let's change it up. That could have been luck. That's not so impressive.
I thought he
Please,
was going to have one in here. Go ahead.
please do it one more time. Put it behind your back.
Okay.
Yeah. Put it in any hand. I'll look away. All right. So you can mix it up. You can change it up. You can.
Got
put in
it.
The same hand.
Done.
You got it. Great. Perfect. So let me see. Sorry. See if this works out. Okay. I can tell. Just you just squeezed it a little bit when I grabbed your hand a little bit there. It's still in the same hand. Open your hand for me, please. Let's do it one last time. Let's see if this works out. This is just for me to warm up for the next trick that I'm going to do with this.
Okay.
Let's see if this works.
Okay.
You got it?
Got
okay.
it.
Put it out when you're done. All right, one last time. Let's see if I can get this just right. See if I can- You switched it up on me this time. I think it's in the left hand.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Now, here's what we're going to do. I have other coins here. You can mix that up if you'd like. You can pick a different coin if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Only one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Let's do something else with this. I'm going to have you. Let's see if this works out. Put a mark on that coin, the one that you chose.
Okay. Okay.
You can put your initials on it. You can draw a bat, something.
Listen.
Something interesting on it, just so you can verify that that's the same coin.
You know the best way to verify is a social security number.
That's always good. Yeah,
That's always a good one.
Both sides,
Yeah.
please, just to make sure.
Okay. Got it.
All right, I'll take the coin back, please. All right, great. Are you right-handed? Oh yeah, you're right-handed, right? Can you do me a favor? Hold your left hand out for this one.
Wait,
please.
what do I do with this?
Oh, just you can put that one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take them.
All right. Hold
I'll
my
keep
left
yours.
hand out.
And squeeze your coin, please, nice and tight. Nice and tight. So she's squeezing her coin. Here we go.
So you have one coin in your hand with your signature.
With your with the little marking that you put on there. Yes.
I don't know. He
On
could
both
have
sides.
cheated.
Now you picked any one of those coins, of course, and I want you to squeeze as hard as you can. And take your other hand and just squeeze your wrist for me. And you should feel the coin getting a little bit warmer. Do you feel anything at this point?
Not yet.
Okay, let your body heat take over. It should be getting warmer right now.
I feel it getting warmer.
That's good, that's good. All right, give it a couple more seconds. Should be good in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your hand and tell us what happened to the coin.
How? Okay, see, this is the stuff I'm talking about, you people. How did I bend the coin? And yes, it has my initial on it and what I drew on it.
And of course, you can keep that as a souvenir.
I am keeping this.
Thank you very much.
Wait, I want to get a photo. Give me this craziness. How did you do that?
How did you do that?
No.
Yeah, that was in your hand the whole
That
time.
was in your
so-
hand, yes.
Okay, you didn't bend it? All right, my security camera's out there. Did he bend it first before he gave it to me? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want to tell you right now, I should know how this is done, but I'm fooled.
Are you guys going to do a couple each?
Yeah, I got one. We'll do one real
Yeah,
quick.
yes.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I've had this deck with me for well over 10, 15 years, maybe.
For real?
Yeah. You can see the box is also pretty old too.
Okay.
It's one of the first things I learned a long time ago, and this is when I was just getting into what we call mentalism, or a mind reading type of situations, right? So, the difference between what some of us do, like myself, for example, is I like to. I used to be obsessed with Sherlock Holmes, right?
I'm not surprised.
Same.
I used to. Think
I was
that,
too, though.
I used to think that Sherlock Holmes was real.
He's
And-
not?
You know, damn it. What? I know, it's so disappointing. Oh, man. And I thought it'd be a good skill to learn what he knows, how to read people. And then, so I taught myself, so growing up I was very shy, right? And I taught myself how to get out of that and read all these books and how to improve yourself, right? And I learned a lot of what Malachy learned in university and going to London and learning all these facial expressions. So he actually has verified a lot of the things that I learned on my own,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah, that's why we have long conversations about
Oh
it all
yeah,
the time.
yeah. Because it's interesting because he'll give the data behind it. I'll just give the experience of what I've done experimenting with a lot of the information I've learned. One of the things is influence. Do you believe in influence?
Oh, 1,000%.
1,000%. Great. So this might work with you. And I'll be honest with you, I am an honest liar. Okay.
Okay, I love it.
This might not work.
Okay.
All right. Just like a lot of my shows when I do this live and in person, I tell people honestly, sometimes I mess up, and genuinely I do mess up sometimes. But this is something that I've been doing for years, and I'm hoping that I can get this to work with you, since you seem to be pretty receptive, right, with some of the techniques. So I'm going to be honest with you. I took one playing card out of here.
Okay.
Okay. And I reversed it so it's backwards in the pack.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, in this box, there's one card that's reversed in the pack, and I'm going to show you everything.
Okay.
Okay? And I will be stepping back just a little bit, just for the camera purpose.
Okay.
So you can see this clearly. All right? But what card comes to mind right now? If you were to just name a
Seven.
card out loud. 7?
Yeah.
7 of what?
Hearts.
7 of hearts. That's one just popped into your head right
Yes.
now. Okay?
Are you kidding?
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Do you feel like I influenced you?
No.
So, I'm going to show you something. You said 7 diamonds?
Hearts.
Hearts, sorry. Nothing else inside?
No, can I shake it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to show you every card.
I'm gonna need that right there. That thing that you just dropped. I need that.
Yeah, I see.
Yep.
Hold that right there. Just wait. Go ahead.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Don't even.
So, one card, 7 of hearts.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question. What if I, show it to me one
Changed
more-
your mind?
Yeah, what if I change my mind?
That is a good question.
They're not answering me. How, we all saw that. There was only one card turned.
Photos. Love
Photos.
it. She wants to do photos.
Here,
I mean,
take us.
oh, okay.
Okay, come on.
I'm gonna take some more. Get a good angle over here. Boom.
And this is my good
How?
side, too. It's my good side.
How?
How?
Yeah, how?
I mean, that is
Buy me a
good
drink. I'll
question.
tell you after.
Well, yeah. Buy me a drink. I'll tell you after.
You got
it. We get that a lot. And I forgot who told me this once. You know you've done your job as a magician when they start asking,
Can I
But-
buy you a drink?
yes,
Yes.
can I buy you a drink? And some people will literally buy us drinks. The benefit of being friends with magicians is if you go to bars with us, 9 times out of 10, you will get free drinks. It is a true story.
Well, I don't drink, but maybe answers. I
Yeah,
would
me
get
either. I
answers.
don't drink much either, but you get free soda.
I don't drink soda, but I would get answers.
Okay, yeah, you may get answers if there's enough drinks, especially
That's
for
right.
Apollo.
Listen, let's give it to him, baby. Let's give it to him. All right, and this is for you because I was crazy holding that thing, so that was for you.
Thank you.
I mean, come on.
Where's my applause?
You
Hey,
did
we
that
got-
in the
we got- we
beginning.
got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
We
yeah.
got
You got
you.
yours in the beginning, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can everyone do another one?
Oh, yeah, we have a few things.
Oh,
lined
good.
up. Yeah.
So you're in control.
Yeah. You know, I wish Watkins was here, man.
I
He
know
has
he
some
definitely-
really
yeah,
good stuff,
he'd be-
man.
he'd be-
Yeah. Which, by the way, I want to back you just for a second. I told him how I met them. Watkins, he's invisible. I'll tell a quick story because I know he's going to watch this. How I met him, because it correlates with Malachy.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. So he met Malachy at the park, at Bryant Park in Manhattan.
Wait, so I'll tell this part.
Huh?
Yeah, he met me.
Yeah.
Watkins met me at Bryant Park
Now,
when I
Watkins-
was with one of my girlfriends at the time, and he's just doing magic to me and my girlfriend. And I was like, "Oh, cool! I do magic too." And then I showed him my ink blot trick too. So
Yeah.
you were saying?
So now Watkins, from what he tells me, he had just moved to Manhattan around that time. He didn't really know any magicians, any mentalists, nobody. And he was going around with his wife. His wife was, I think, recording him doing some mentalism stuff around the city. Because a lot of magicians, mentalists, they do that a lot, just do a lot of what we call street magic, right? Ooh, hit that. Okay. So, yeah, he met him. And then the funny part, and Watkins would say it's a funny thing, because ever since then, he never hung out with him until maybe 2 years ago, or maybe
Yeah.
not even a year ago, right?
Like
2
3 years ago, right before
where
COVID.
they actually started hanging out. But I've already known Watkins for more than that. So I was hanging out with Watkins more,
Even though I met him first.
even
yeah.
though he met him.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because I introduced him, like, hey, talk to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's free. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's pretty
So
cool.
me and Watkins were hanging out all the time, and then he realizes, one day he just tells me we were just hanging out. He just goes, that guy Malachy, I've never hung out with him since that one time in Bryant Park. That's just so funny. So, but now we hang out a lot.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Right.
that's how I met Watkins.
Yeah,
That's
Watkins
cool.
is amazing. His mentalism is.
Oh yeah, he's like
amazing.
our go-to mentalist guy.
Oh yeah.
He actually
Anytime we need something.
consults.
Yeah,
Can he
consults
do
for us,
something on
yeah.
the phone? On the phone
Can
with
he
me?
do something on the
Oh,
phone?
he can do anything.
He's probably
the
on a
phone.
plane
He
at this
actually,
moment. Is he on a plane
he
right
could.
now?
Oh, he could do stuff on the phone. Should I try and call him?
Try and call him.
I'm gonna call him.
He
if
consults.
he's connected
If
to the
he-
Wi-Fi, yeah.
He
No,
consults for all
is he
our
on the
shows.
plane?
He's
or-
in Vegas now.
Oh, he's already in
Because
Vegas. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
he could call in to us, Call him up,
Okay,
see if
then
he
call him up,
answers,
yeah,
and then
okay.
we'll have him dial
Yeah,
in.
you call in, and
That would
I'll
be
talk
pretty
more about
cool.
Watkins.
That would be funny.
That'd
Yeah,
be really cool.
He consults on bunch of mentalist shows. Specifically, Kent Axel is one he's doing recently. He's probably there now for the Vegas thing.
Well, right now there's Magic Live in Vegas.
Magic
Yeah.
Live's going
Yeah.
on. Huge convention in Vegas. So all
Magic
the big
Live-
time magicians are going to be there. So
Yeah, I think
cool.
Yeah.
I think he either has his phone off or he rejected my call. One of those.
One or the other.
He's a busy man.
I think he's busy. Yeah.
How did my
He's
hand
always-
get warm? Okay.
Science?
So continue.
coffee. It's the coffee.
Continue.
Science.
Well, here's the thing. Did you know that humans, obviously we breathe oxygen, but oxygen is a flammable gas. So I was thinking from an alien's perspective, we breathe flammable gas, but we also secrete oils on our fingertips that actually, what do you call it? Copper and steel, it can make it rust and disintegrate a little bit. Specifically, copper turns to malachite, which is close to my name, and it just changes to green. But basically, your finger oils can actually disintegrate metals over time.
That's pretty
You
interesting.
can Google this if you don't believe him. It's true.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's funny
Thank
because a lot of the times when we
Has nothing to
perform,
do with the trick, though.
we sometimes mention these sort of facts as
I
presentation.
love all that, though.
As presentation, as part of our tricks.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of it's theatrical, right? And sometimes the guests just won't believe us. They're like, "Nah, I don't believe you."
Yeah,
It's
we
cool.
don't have real powers, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just put it that way.
That's
This-
pretty cool.
We're honest performers.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
magicians.
Hence, that's why you refuse to do that seance.
Exactly.
Because, yeah. It's just very
Yeah,
unethical.
we're just
to
really
do
good
stuff
at
like that.
at
Yeah.
entertaining people. That's
It's
what I tell
amazing.
people.
Yeah, we're
Throughout the years
entertainers.
of performing, I've learned that, for me at least, whenever we get hired, because me and Apollo do a lot of shows professionally. I've learned throughout the years that it's more important to be an entertainer. Magic just being secondary. Me more
Gotcha.
like a person.
For
You know
real,
what I mean?
yeah.
Right? Malachy's also just getting into gigs, by the way. And so we've been throwing a lot of shows his way for him to start getting his foot in the door and doing shows like that.
But you guys are entertaining. I mean, you guys have an incredible sense of humor, and together the three of you just rock.
Oh, we get pretty dark in person too.
Sometimes.
Apollo's very okay. So I got a call. Oh, he's calling me. Hold on.
he is?
Oh,
There he
he's
is.
calling.
There he is.
Oh, wait, I missed it. Wait, I'm
All
calling
right,
back.
call him back and we'll give him the number.
Okay, hold on.
Did you text him that number? Tell him to dial
I
it.
did. Hold on a second.
All
Let me
right.
just see if he answers.
Ruben,
Yo, you busy?
hopefully he can call us. He'll be calling in.
Are you,
Hopefully,
like, busy
the other
right now?
magician. Hopefully, hold on. He's talking to him. He might be calling
So
in.
we're
Hold on.
literally on.
We
we're
can't?
literally. Oh.
Can't.
Can I put him on speaker?
Yes.
Okay, so we're live on the radio right now. I'm calling you, and
No, that's
we
okay.
were wondering
Yep.
if you can do any type of mentalism thing through the phone with the host.
Yes, please.
Well, do you want to say hi? Because we've been talking you up.
Yes.
I'm going to put you on speaker. All right,
Yes.
hold
Put
on
him
a
on
second.
speaker.
All right. Oh, okay, cool. All right, give me 2 seconds. Oh. Yeah, okay, sorry. All right, hold on a second. I was saying just put him on video, but. Let me know when it's Testing this good? Yep, okay. You're on speaker now.
Oh, hey, hello, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
No, hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, sorry, schedules got all messed up and I couldn't be there.
But listen, that's okay. I miss you, but can't you please do a little something on the phone for me?
There's not really anything that I do ever that's really over the phone because most of my stuff,
Well, tell me one
requires-
thing you think I might be thinking.
Wait, what's that? You said, what are you thinking?
One thing.
You were thinking about saying no to the next thing I said to you.
You're awesome.
And you're in Vegas right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas right now, and now my sleep's all messed up because I didn't go to sleep till technically what would have been like 7 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always like flying out to Vegas sometimes because he consults for
Yeah, no, that's cool.
magicians over there sometimes, and
Yep.
I think he might have a show over there too. So I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to tell any secrets, but they did talk about you, so you might want to watch this show later.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got to make sure it was accurate.
Okay?
All right, man, letting you go.
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. Yeah, it's nice to hear from you guys. Maybe we'll be able to do this again sometime. and
Yes,
I'll be there.
absolutely.
All right, later, man.
Ciao.
All right, later. Bye.
That was cool. At least we got a hello. Okay, so
Yeah.
what else would you like to do for us?
Do you have any questions for us?
You
Besides, how did you do it?
No, listen to me. Every question I ask them, they don't answer me. Okay? All right, so you know what? I do have a question, and this is for all three of you. Because everyone loves magic, and I don't care if they tell you they don't, they do. Secretly, everyone loves magic.
Even the hecklers, if you think about it.
Yes, no, they love it probably more, because they're really like saying, how the heck could he have done that? That's craziness, and you're an idiot, and they want to heckle you, right? Okay, because they think that if they don't understand it, it makes them stupid. I've been told that as well. But that's not how I feel. I feel like this is unbelievable when you guys can do what you do. So what I want to know from all three of you is about what age, not when you started doing your magic as young adults and all that, but about what age were you growing up where magic influenced you and you guys thought, oh, I want to do that.
So you want to go first, Paolo? We'll go
Sure.
down the line.
Okay.
Well, my parents hired a magician when I was 4 years old, and they've been regretting it ever since. But
There it is.
but I think the next year, when my mother got me a little magic set, I've been doing it ever since, so I haven't put it down. So it's just, I'm obsessed with it. I live and breathe magic. So
So when you were younger, though, let's talk about that a few minutes. When you were younger, and what was going on in your mind as a little kid? Like, did you think it was real? Did you, like, what, you know?
Oh, I knew there was secrets behind it,
Okay.
definitely. But the reaction, the first time I performed it, when the person reacted the way they did, they were in awe. That's when I got obsessed with that feeling.
Okay.
I think I like, making people
That's cool.
smile and all that cheesy stuff.
That's cool. No, but that's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
for real. Yeah.
thank you.
Well, I was researching the paranormal and ghosts.
I could believe that, too. Come on, let's hear it.
So I was into supernatural stuff, ghosts, and all that. So I researched that, and then I came into James Randi and Uri Geller, metal bending, spoon bending, and James Randi. He's the amazing Randi. He has this $1 million challenge, which he challenges psychics or anyone who thinks they have supernatural abilities to prove it in front of scientists and him, because a lot of scientists can't really tell if there's trickery involved, because they just go with the flow and like, oh, you have to do it this way. You need 3 M&Ms and a bottle of water. Okay, I'll give it that to you. And they just follow whatever the challenger wants or whatever psychic phenomenon you're trying to prove. Like the specific example, and I'm going to just reveal it, even though you guys don't want me to.
I do.
There's this study they did with like ESP cards. And there's these twin sisters, and they had to like see if they can tell what card the other person's holding, and they get it right all the time. Mm-hmm. James Randi saw it immediately. It was a smack in the face. He already knew, like bright as day, how they did it. And how they did it was they take a playing card, and they put it down, and then they flick one edge down. Once is like circle, twice is square. Sliding sound is something else. So that's something that opened my mind, and then I started learning mentalism. And James Randi like disproves all these supernatural stuff. That's how I got into it. And strayed away from the occult and into mentalism and magic.
I'm glad you went away from the occult.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here, Malachy.
Before we get to you, Rich, I met the amazing Kreskin.
Oh, me too.
Ooh.
Oh, I met him and interviewed him.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so I'll share that interview with you guys. But what was cute about when I met him was he put his finger, I have the photo of him with his finger on my temple.
His famous pose.
Okay, right. And because I said to him the same thing like I said to your friend, tell me what I'm thinking. And he giggled and he goes, you're thinking, am I going to know what you're thinking? And I said, yes. And that was cool because, of course, he knew that's what I was going to be thinking, but it was just great that he got it right. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly right. It was great meeting him. I mean, you know, just hearing you talk reminded me of that. And stuff like that goes on, and the depth of what he does, it just blows our minds. Do you personally know, since you're into all this, like pretty much all the answers of how he does his things as well?
Have you ever seen him perform?
I'm actually trying to remember because I might have, I think it was Kreskin that was in my school, in my university, that I talked to him at one point. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Does he do hypnosis?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it is?
And
Not a full hypnosis.
not full.
It's like part of his act,
Yes.
like a hint.
Yeah.
Okay, then I believe I actually
Okay.
was a,
Did he end with muscle reading?
yeah.
So that's him.
It was
he closes
probably
the show
him.
with that all the time.
And he does do a lot of that as well, or did, you know.
He was in one of my college classes at one point. Not as a student, but like he was teaching.
Wow,
Yeah.
you look so young.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I actually, so when I was doing a lot of open mics, I met someone at the time who apparently was I think if I remember correctly, Kreskin's booker for shows, right? So she told me, she gave me free.
Tell him it's too loud.
She gave me, she goes, hey, I'm booking the shows for Kreskin. He's going to be in the area. I think it was going to be like somewhere like in Long Island somewhere. You need to go. You need to go. I'll get you in. Right? So I told my parents about him, and we went. Yeah. And so I saw him live, met him in person after that. He was super cool, super nice. Yes, if you saw him, Malachy, with the ending with, did he take, Malachy, did he take like a bill or something like that from the audience and try to hide it somewhere and then try to find it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we definitely met him.
Yeah, it had to be
That's
him.
how he closes his show. Like, he's known for that, right? Very nice guy.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. So now back to you. So when you were younger, answer the question, because I really want to know. I loved magic, but I never thought, oh, I want to be a magician. I guess I thought maybe I couldn't. Like, what went on in your mind? What happened?
To be honest, magic happened by accident, right? When I grew up, again, I mentioned this earlier, I was very shy. I was picked on in high school, all the usual stuff that you hear from magicians sometimes. But my mom, if I remember correctly, my mom used to buy me magic kits. So for every time I had good grades, they would just get me a magic kit, and that would be my gift in a sense, right? Sometimes other things. But at one point, I remember in the closet, I had a stack of like 10 magic kits from like just years. And to be honest with you, I hated the tricks in them, because when you're a kid, you're like, oh, magic is awesome, magic is real, right? And then you start learning these secrets, and the tricks in these kits, they're not amazing, right? But some of them were really cool. I learned how to make something disappear.
Wait, someone?
Something.
Oh, something. Because when you
Yeah.
were being picked on in school, didn't you want to try and make people disappear?
I did, yes.
Oh, yeah, he learned karate for that one.
yeah. And then later on, we went to karate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into that, but then it was more of just a hobby for a while, right? So I was doing the tricks from the kid, and it always came with a deck of cards, and that deck I showed you, that blue deck earlier, that was one of, the box is different because the original box is torn up and broken at this point, so I just replaced the box. But that's how I started, and then but I didn't know any magicians. That it was never in my mind to be a performer in that world of magic. I wanted to be an actor, right? I remember growing up.
But in the sense you are.
He
You
is.
guys are acting.
He
Yeah.
is an actor.
That's right. Yep.
He's on TV shows and movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I basically got into magic. You can say what me and Paolo would make fun of. Magicians will say, "Magic found me," right? and that's basically
Typical
what
answer,
it was.
yeah.
Magic found me. And there's
Yeah.
been times where I've tried to just quit magic, just because you get tired of it. I want to pursue other things, and I always end up going back to it.
It's kind of hard to do that with us as friends. So
And that too.
it's
Yeah,
always,
that
always
too.
around it.
Yeah. So as years went on, I started doing shows, and I remember one show. This is the twist from the question. My dad one day, and I remember this like as it happened yesterday. It was a Saturday, and I'm cleaning my room, and my dad calls me. He used to be a doorman, and says, "Hey, so we're having a holiday party." And I told him you do tricks, so they want to know how much you charge. I'm like, I don't do shows. What are you talking about? Well, why did you tell them I'm doing? Well, I told them you're going, so you need to be here in like 30 minutes. Can you come here in 30 minutes?
I love it.
And I was like, man, all right, fine. So I literally grabbed a bunch of random tricks, put it in a bag. So I literally had a bag of tricks.
Yeah, I love this.
I literally had a bag of tricks, and I just went to his job, and it was just a bunch of people who.
How much did you charge?
I didn't charge anything. That's the thing.
You should have said $50.
Oh wait, no, it gets better. So as I get there, his boss goes, "Oh hey, how you doing?" They call me Andrew at home, by the way.
Andra?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah, because my dad's also Richard.
Okay.
So I get there, he goes, "Oh, this is my boss. Be nice to him. Do your best thing." Right? The boss shakes my hand. "Hey, so you're the magician, right? How much do we pay you? How much do you charge?" I'm like, "To be honest with you, he just threw me into this. I don't know like really what I'm doing, but I have tricks for you." He goes,
A bag of tricks.
I have literally a bag of tricks. She goes, "Okay, how about this? I'm gonna take a shoebox. I'm gonna put tips if you like the magic, and put it in front of the food, right? And then you just do your thing, and then for however long you want, and then I'll tell everyone to tip in the box if they like your magic." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, that works." I wasn't expecting to make much at all. I was there. I'm pretty sure I was there for like 45 minutes. Because then everyone went back to work, and then I went home. When I counted the tips, I think I made like $800 something.
Oh my God.
All right, where's our box of tips here?
So it was at that moment that I realized, holy crap, I just made what my paycheck was at my 9 to 5 at the time that I was making in 2 weeks in 45
Did
minutes.
you share with Dad?
No. He had a job.
Great, that's great.
So, yeah, and I was like, I wonder how you keep doing this. So it was then when I started to think, I'm going to try to do this. And for me, I've always felt more like an entrepreneur, even though my parents kind of till this day sometimes, like, "Hey, when are you going to get a real job?" Right? But now I've gotten to a point where I've been able to sustain myself
Okay.
being a performer in general.
amazing.
On top of the acting work.
But that's a really cool story.
Yeah.
You made $800 in 45 minutes, okay? You know what that really meant? They loved your magic.
Well,
They
yeah,
didn't
I'm
just like
also
it.
very picky with the magic that I do, and I'm sure you guys are as well,
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Okay.
Because there's so much magic out there. A lot of it's not good, right? So I got really picky on. I wanted to do things that I thought if I saw real magic, that's what I want to do. So then I would go hunting for that information. 'Cause at the time, Google wasn't really out there.
Right.
So I had to go. I went to libraries. Back when you had the card catalog, remember those?
Sure.
And I would try to hunt for information, and that's how I would discover a lot of the
Okay,
stuff.
so I want to ask you guys something based on what he just said then. He said he's very particular with the magic that he does, and you guys agreed because some magic. So what makes you guys know what we are going to want to see versus what maybe we wouldn't? Do you just go by what you like?
Sometimes, yeah. A lot of trial and error,
Okay.
definitely. Well, usually I perform what I like, and I kind of make you like it at that point. So
Okay.
You
That's
will
what I
like
have to do
this
with-
magic trick.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Definitely with presentation as well. So,
Okay.
I like visual types of tricks. Like
Okay.
I want you to see what's happening as well.
Okay.
Apart from just knowing what you're thinking, which I like to do as well.
Okay.
But I want you to see everything.
He's
at the
just
same
getting
time, yeah.
into that world of
Mentalism, yeah.
psychic or
Yeah.
mentalism
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
So he went to Malachy, and because he came to me,
And
he goes, hey,
Watkins, yeah.
how do I want to do a bit more of that stuff. Who do I go to? Like, I know you do some of it, so I gave him some ideas, but then I'm like, some of the ideas that I have are from Watkins.
Yeah.
So go to that guy. He's like literally
Your
he's,
go-to
just-
guy.
For
he's
mentalism.
literally just a mentalist.
That is so cool.
Right, like you speak to him, he will say, "I'm just a mentalist." We've done gigs together where they're like, "Oh, can you do like some magic?" And he will tell you, "I do this one card trick. That's all I do, and it's a magic trick, and that's it. Everything else is just mentalism."
What about you?
What was the question?
The question is, all right, listen, he took his meds today. The question is, what makes you say, okay, I'm going to
Oh,
do
this is a good magic trick
this
versus
time,
yeah.
and that the audience, were you ever wrong, I guess is really where I'm going with this. Like, were you ever wrong about what you think that audience would like?
Well, there's this eternal problem with hecklers, and I'm using a lot of jargon, but basically, point is, you do tricks that sometimes you get hecklers, and there's actually some presentation styles that lead to creating more hecklers, is my point. And depending on their personality type, like you do a trick that might fool them, it doesn't really involve them, that triggers hecklers. So you want to do tricks that present tricks that connect them or involve people, then that way they feel involved and they don't feel like you're trying to pull one over on them.
Gotcha.
So that's something that is taught by professional magicians. What's his name? G? Starts with G.
Who?
G.
What?
And so anyway, so point is,
I love this.
It's a class that people teach over and over again, and they teach that depending how you present it, you might get more hecklers because you're presenting it as if you're trying to fool someone.
Yeah, because a lot of magic in general, like I said, like we say before, is psychology,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes there's a lot of drama in magic, by the way.
In the community? Oh, yeah.
In the magic community, oh my God.
There's a
yes.
lot of drama in even our community.
And I think in any creative world, there's
For
drama,
sure.
you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But when it comes to choosing material for the audience, see what they like, it's the way I describe to like layman people who don't do magic
Me.
is basically like imagine going to a comedy show.
Okay,
a
I've been to
stand-up
ton.
comedian,
Yep.
Right? Sometimes the comedians will know because you get a vibe from the audience, and you'll start doing certain things, and if the audience doesn't react, and you're like, okay, this is not that way that I was going is not working, so you start to adapt and change the show
Okay.
as you go along, and then you're getting feedback from the audience, which is why during the pandemic it was very hard for magicians to perform, or a lot of them were complaining because they're like, oh, I miss performing in front of people, right?
Yeah.
And we started doing virtual shows. Right, because a lot of magic is it's about people. You need to perform for other people.
Right.
You know, a lot of magicians, they look for that. They want the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't get it because we later on discovered that some people have an inside reaction. They'll freak out, but they'll have a deadpan face, like they'll just stare into space, like okay.
They're
That
definitely
was
thinking
cool.
about it and how it's done.
Yeah, they're
for
thinking
sure.
about it.
Yeah.
They're amazed, right? But they're thinking about it.
I mean,
But they're amazed.
The trick
So-
is to drape it with some presentational hook.
Yeah.
And not make it so trivial. That's the hardest part when it comes to magic. You
Yeah.
know? It's easy to fool someone. It's harder to entertain them. So,
Was it?
in my opinion.
Who was it that? I forgot who was that said this, but it's basically like anyone can learn a magic trick, but it's how you present it
That's right. Yeah.
that really sells the
Mhm.
idea. You can learn something so basic.
Yeah.
I still do sponge balls, and there are a lot of magicians out there who say, "Oh, you still do sponge balls? You do sponge balls at corporate parties?" Yes.
I love that trick. Yeah.
Is it little balls? Little
Yeah,
sponge
yeah.
balls?
Clown noses. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
clown noses. They look like them though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they use. Yeah.
But some magicians have a stigma with like sponge balls. That it's a kid's trick because that's what clowns use.
I love that.
Right? But my presentation style at a corporate event is totally different than if I were to do it for kids.
Yeah.
And it's one of the strongest things that people talk about whenever I do it.
Like, do you put a couple in there and then next thing you know you have 6?
Oh, no, just magic happens.
Okay, magic
Yeah.
happens. See here, that's what I mean. They want me to ask them questions, right? But they don't want to answer me.
Yeah, a lot of adults
Okay.
actually like the sponge ball
Oh,
tricks
yeah.
too, and it's,
Yeah.
they get a lot of like you do a card trick or whatever, you do a sponge ball for a grown adult, they actually prefer that more because it's magic in the hands. And like I was saying, it was Garrett Thomas.
Garrett Thomas.
Garrett Thomas is
That
the
guy.
magician
That guy.
that brings this story out where you don't want to fool them, you want to involve the spectator.
Oh,
And
okay.
that way they'll get less hecklers. So you want to involve the person. That's why I switched my presentation from like mostly lie detection tricks, like, guess where I put this $100 bill in this envelope or this envelope, and there's like one of 6, and you have to lie to me or whatever. But instead of that, it's like a type of you versus me type of relationship. There's another archetype where when you're younger as a magician is, look at me, look at what I can do. So both of these are not too good. It brings more hecklers. So the best thing is to involve the spectators and like get them to connect with them. Like, oh, what are your experiences with this? Like, bring up something in your childhood, and like sponge balls, because that everyone's experienced
Right.
that as a kid.
right.
Yeah, it's just bringing you back to that childhood experience. Is what you want to go for.
That's so cool. But I still don't know how you drew that based on what I said. Okay?
That's a different story.
So,
Yeah, it's a lot of it's storytelling. It's basically what it is. So as an actor, the magic of filmmaking, right? They use the same techniques we use, but with a camera and editing. You know,
Yes.
so and music and
Yes.
colors and all that stuff. And for me, I love that stuff. Like I said, growing up, I wanted to work in entertainment. So now, I've been pursuing more acting these last few years. And I was more excited looking at behind the scenes of movies and like TV shows than the actual show or movie, because I get to see the final product of
Right.
what all that work was done.
right.
But for me, that's kind of like, it's
Yeah.
magic,
Right.
right?
But you're right about that.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks about that way, but you're right.
Yeah, in filmmaking, there's the same, magicians
all
use the same
fake.
techniques. Yeah, but you suspend your belief when
Yeah.
you're going to the movies, right?
Yeah.
The problem with being a magician and you're doing a live show is the goal is when you go to a Broadway show, you suspend your belief, right, in the theater, and you watch these actors on stage putting on a story about a character or the storyline of that show. But you're not going to stand up there and heckle them. But as magicians, for some reason, people just like, oh, it's a magician. Yeah, we're gonna mess with them.
But I know why.
Okay.
Okay, because I've been to so many, in this industry, I've met so many people right? So magicians, everybody, but the people in the audience, you're entertaining them in a different way than a Broadway show.
Yeah.
You're fooling them. You're tricking them. So they want to react to that and throw it back at you in a sense.
Yeah, and usually
Like a comedy show.
and that's when people who try to throw it back at you, it's usually more of and Malachy could try to verify this information, but in my opinion, it's a personality type.
Yes.
It's someone who doesn't
That's right.
who doesn't like to be in control, and if they feel like, oh, this magician's controlling me, I'm totally gonna think
That's
of
right.
something else. So I'm gonna mess with him.
No, yes.
Right.
That's
But
right.
then we have the element of surprise. So
Well, wait, I got to tell you, Don Rickles, you guys know
Oh,
who. Okay.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
this was, so Don
Don Rickles, the
Rickles.
comedian.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's gone now, right?
Yeah.
He's gone now.
While on tour, yeah.
So Don Rickles I wasn't a fan, but I mean, who didn't watch him when he was on, right?
Yeah.
He was incredible at what he did. But you either loved him or hated him, really, I think, right? This was the best I ever saw. You could Google this, and it'll come right up, okay? He's on stage, and right in the front was a husband and a wife, and she was only there because her husband loved Don Rickles, and she hated him. So he's doing his thing, and she's heckling him like crazy. So he comes over to them, and he says, I don't have the exact words, but here's how it went. Is this your wife? Yes. And he said, if she was my wife, I'd give her a drink of poison, a vial of poison to drink. And she stood up and said, if you were my husband, I'd drink it.
I love that.
Well, he got her. He said, stand up.
Wow.
He was speechless. He brought her on stage. He said, in all my years, no one's ever brought me speechless. That was brilliant, he said. So after that, I bet she loved him, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so it's stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And we do the same thing comedians do. You know, sometimes when we get hecklers, we're like, all right, yeah, here, come up here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's your show.
Gotta
Go
get
ahead
them
and do
involved.
it, right?
Yeah.
And almost every single time,
They shut up.
they shut up.
They
Oh,
shut
I got one. I got one.
Well, there's
recently.
different types of performers. There's some
Yeah.
that would try
Yeah.
to get them on their side, and there's some that would fire back at
Yes.
them. So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I got
So
one
Malachy has a
recently.
story, and then
Yeah.
I have a story for you where I think he got fired.
Who got fired?
The heckler. I think I got him fired. But we'll go with his first.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one recently. They were like, "Can you make this dollar disappear when you put in the other hand?" And he handed me $1. And I made it disappear. And I was like, "Okay, can you come back? I need another $1." And we kept doing this until I got $20.
Wait, so you conned the guy?
He didn't con the
So
guy.
loud,
It's
Rich.
magic.
That's true.
anyway.
The guy knew he was being conned. I mean, that was great. I would even give you 20 singles to see you make him disappear.
I think Apollo has some more insight on this, right? Like, so you do stage shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So Apollo's a very
manipulation
interesting
acts.
performer.
Manipulation acts. Yeah. Yeah. There was a time when I didn't talk to the audience because I was just really. I didn't want to handle hecklers because I don't know. I think I'd fire back at them during that particular time when I was a teenager. I had a lot of attitude back then.
Yeah,
so-
when I met him,
Yeah.
like a lot of people didn't like him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had a lot of. I was a bit of a. I thought I was a badass back in the day, but yeah, I.
But
that's
you
why I
are. Now
prefer-
you really are. You're a smart ass.
Yeah. But yeah, I just did a lot more visual stuff on stage with music, just so I don't have to talk to them. I was like, oh, let me just
That's great.
show off a little bit, and that's it. Let's move on.
great.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
that's a different.
That's
That's a different entire genre of magic that
Yeah.
he specializes in. It's pretty cool.
But,
That's so cool.
But eventually, you have to interact with your
Yeah.
audience and just deal with the hecklers. You know.
But you guys are great at interacting. So cool. All right.
we try.
Take the mic.
Oh, my story about. Oh,
Yeah.
right. I did a show once for. It was a charity event, I think it was, and I'm performing on stage. It's like a room of like maybe 100 people, and as soon as I get on stage, this one guy in the back of the room is repeating everything I'm saying in the mic. I could hear him. He's literally. It's like my echo, and I thought it was the mic. So as I kept talking, I was slowing down. I'm like, is that my echo? And then I noticed, no, it's the guy in the back, and I see who it is. So I ignore him for a bit. So I talk a little louder just to go over his voice. And I keep doing my bit and this and that. I have other things that I'm doing. And he keeps doing it more. No one's laughing in his table. He's just laughing because he thinks it's funny to himself. So I stopped what I was doing, and I pointed out at him. And I was like, hey, dude, like, do you want the mic? Because it sounds like you do. So why don't you come up here? Everyone give him a big round of applause that he comes up here, and he just sits there. He's like, no, nope. I'm like, are you sure? Because clearly you've been doing this for, I don't know, 10 minutes now since I started the show, and, you know, no one's laughing. So why don't you come up here? You're clearly the performer. You know, you're the one supposed to be getting paid, not me. So why don't you come up here? You do the show. I'm going to come to you. I'll sit. And I literally walked off stage, and I sat on like a side chair next to someone, and I was like, all right, go ahead. And he just sits there like, nope, no. He just kept eating now at that point.
So
So then I stood up. I was like, everyone, round of applause. And he comes up, and everyone just starts clapping. And he didn't come up, right? So then after that, he shut up.
Okay.
I'm like, dude, you think I can't see you, but I could see you from the stage. I see everyone. And he just, you know, he keeps doing this. The end of the show, HR comes to me because they were also there. And, you know, she gives me my check and this and that. She goes, you are amazing. Everyone loved you, this and that. And don't worry. Like, after this, I'm going to have a talk with that guy. Me and management are going to seriously have a big talk
he
with him.
worked there.
He worked there. He was one of the employees. And I stood there. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Monday morning, we're going to have a talk with him in the office. And I was like, oh, I think he's getting fired. I don't know what happened
Yeah,
after that.
not
but-
good.
But, yeah, that was just a fun moment. Yeah. Some crazy stuff happens in shows all the
yeah.
time, though.
For sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things.
Okay. So let's do a little more magic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You have something, Apollo, or me?
Close up, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got.
Wait, we're closing off, you said?
I mean,
Well-
your last.
No, but
No.
I want each one
I'm
of
gonna
you.
keep on to that.
All right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we close off with that then. I'll
We're
do
closing
something
off
yeah,
with those
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I do have another card trick for her.
Yeah,
but,
I each want you to
can go.
do-
You
do
can go.
another one.
Yeah, I'll do another one for you. I made a prediction here.
Oh, boy.
It's a folded card with a paper clip on it. Jerry, I want you to choose any one of these cards. It's okay if I see it.
Can I see if there's duplicates?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
So you don't know who you're messing with. mister.
It doesn't matter at this point because you're going to write your name on it again.
All
You're going
right.
to put something on that
I want
card.
this one. Oh, actually, where's the 7 of hearts? That's the one I want.
I'm probably I don't play with a full deck, so I'm
You don't
probably
play
missing
with
some
both,
cards.
that's fine. All right. This
There
one.
we go. Write your name nice and big, please.
Do I
So
get
the
to
camera
keep
can
it?
see- Yes.
Then I'll write it cute. There you go, baby.
All right. Perfect. All right.
Oh, show that way. So they
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
that-
And you have a camera right there too, by the
Right
way.
here. Beautiful. All right. Now, here, Jerry, take a look. I'm going to take your card. I'm going to place it about halfway down like this.
Okay.
So maybe you can see it there.
Okay.
All right. All I got to do is give it a little shake, and your card jumps right up to the
Yeah,
top
how
of
did
the
you
deck.
do that?
Very well, thank you. Those are the one-liners that we have to use from time to time.
Yeah,
There
it's
we go.
contractual. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, we have to say it. Now let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Watch. Take your card.
She can record you now.
You're gonna put the
Put
slow
your slow
motion.
motion.
on.
Recording it,
Yeah.
show my card.
All right, this is
Yeah.
it right here. Let's do
Got
it one
it.
more time.
Got it.
I'm just gonna use half of the deck this time, just like this. And look, that's all I gotta do, and it jumps right up to the top. There it is. I'm sorry. You shaking your head? The 3 of diamonds jumps up to the top. I didn't say it was gonna be your card. That's okay. I forgot. This is the middle of the deck. Okay, this is the middle of the deck, and I left the top half here, so
Yeah, okay.
there it is right there. Just like that. I'll do it one more time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it again. I'll leave it sticking out so you can follow it here. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's mine. I see.
I'll put it lower into the pack.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
I
like
see.
this.
You did. You put it
Just like
inside the deck.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jerry. Before today, have you ever signed a playing card?
I ran a poker league for 10 years, so yes, and I'm a
Oh,
dealer.
you signed but this has been sitting here the whole time, yeah? The one with the paper clip on it. Look, I'm going to take the paper clip off. So let's see what this looks like here. The card that's been sitting there. I'm going to give you a little peek here. There's a
Don't even tell me.
little A right there, yeah?
Don't even tell me.
Not only that, it's actually your card that's been sitting there the
Don't
whole
even
time.
tell me this. Let me say it. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so
Speechless. This is what it looks like when I say they're reacting from the inside.
but you didn't fold anything in front of us. We didn't. He did not fold anything in front of us.
So that's it. It's called magic. Speechless, everyone. No words. This is great. The dramatics.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes?
All right.
We have to remember after every trick there's a question.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, for sure.
So I could assume, okay, when you took the paper clip off, you switched a card, but you didn't fold a card. We would have seen that. So I don't have a question.
No, there we go. Speechless once again. I got one for you.
Okay.
No, breathe.
Okay.
It
How
just gets crazier from here on out.
okay.
All right. So, if I were to, are you good? Yes. Cool. Okay. So,
Did you see him do this? Okay.
so a bunch of cards. I'm gonna have. Are you gonna use the marker in a few seconds?
Okay. Let me
Okay.
have this.
So, say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay. I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's give this a quick shuffle.
Can I shuffle it?
Are you good at shuffling cards? Have you ever heard of a? Are you good at
I'm
shuffling
a
cards?
dealer.
Oh, all right. Here you
man.
go. Give it a good shuffle.
So I'm going to give it a better one.
Casino.
Oh, okay, good. So
Which
you
casino?
heard of the what's it called? The table wash, right? The one where you just do this.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
table?
yeah.
You want to do that too,
Okay.
and then square it up.
And then square it up.
I just like that for once. I can say square it up and they understand.
Square it up, baby. There it is.
Cool. And you're
They're
gonna need the marker
shuffled.
for this. Yep, you'll need the marker for this. Okay. And we'll do.
This is
So-
crazy.
You're going to say stop whenever you want.
Okay. Stop.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're gonna put ace of spade. All right, ace of spade. I'll hold it right here. Just put your name right in the top here.
I didn't see the ace of spades.
Oh, here you go.
Okay.
Yep.
As long
Put
as
your
I
name
saw it.
right on the top.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this right.
And it's dated on the other side. So put today's date on there.
All right. So what's today's date?
17? It's 17? 18? 17?
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have verification with, is that on? Yep. Oh, let me know.
Here, let me take a photo of it.
Okay. So it's today's date, the ace of spade that you signed just now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and you shuffle these.
Well, let me get my name on it.
Oh, yeah, get your name on it.
Oh, yeah, come on. And I shuffled them, and I smeared them, and I did everything.
Okay.
Okay?
So, I'm going to take a corner out.
Yeah, okay. Do I get to keep it?
That's your souvenir.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to hold on to this right here, but my sleeves are rolled up. I won't move from here. The deep breath of she's like, oh, damn
just
it, he's
can't
going to get me.
understand
I
this.
don't want to move. I don't want to. We have all these camera angles, too.
okay, go
Let me
ahead.
know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to need your hand. Okay. So watch. You're going to feel it go. You might not, but some people do. Just watch closely. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
That's it.
It's somewhere. Where is it?
You're sitting on it.
Get the frick out of here. Am I really sitting on it?
You're sitting on it. Did you feel it?
Do you want me to get up?
You tell me.
For real?
You tell me.
How did you do that? No, seriously.
Oh wait, can you, is it ace of spade in the corner?
Yeah.
Make sure it matches.
It matches
So a piece ended up in your chair,
under my butt.
and you've been sitting in this chair from the very beginning, and you chose this completely at random, which you shuffled the deck as well, correct?
Correct.
She shuffled the whole deck.
So,
You get to keep that. That's for you.
I actually
Yeah.
haven't seen someone do this trick with the spectator shuffling the whole deck.
That's awesome.
that's why I
Very
said,
nice.
can I shuffle it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
Questions?
Listen, your hand didn't go over here. You didn't fly it here. You put it in my hand.
And you felt it, right?
Not just that, your hand didn't go behind. Your hand didn't move. I saw your hand the whole time.
I know.
And you said, I don't have.
Yes,
Right.
I want to be fair because we have camera, and security.
Right.
And
So,
security. Security's
know-
like, I'm going to make sure.
I'm gonna
Was there
watch.
anything fishy going on? Nothing.
I'm gonna watch
Okay.
this show over and over and over again. Okay.
That was great, man.
Whose turn now? Ay, ay, ay. You have something else?
I can show you something. That's,
All right.
I have here a list of songs. I don't know that many songs. I actually just paid for my Spotify subscription, so I'm getting some new songs. Do you have any favorite song recommendations?
Heck yeah, baby.
I have a list here of about 50 songs or so, and I want you to just name a number from 1 to 50.
Okay. 7.
You could change your mind, and I hope you do.
Well, then I should say no to that.
Do you want to change it to like a 2-digit number, or do you want to stick with 7? 17? 27? 37?
See, you're
Or
making
7.
me now want to stay with 7.
Okay, fine. So we'll stick with 7.
Okay.
And right here on my notes, I have Favorite songs. A
Oh,
list of
dude, I
favorite
have the
songs.
same. Is that the same note app that I have?
Okay.
Yeah. So favorite
Nice.
songs. If you go ahead and take a look at number 7.
Okay.
Do you know that song? I mean, you can remember.
If you sang it, I might.
Okay. Do you remember?
Apollo,
the
you want to
title?
sing?
Do you remember the title?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Apollo, do you know the song? Do you want to sing the song?
What is it?
Well, before we look into
I
it,
don't think
I'm actually now. It's possible because there's only 50 songs. It's possible that it's within the realm of my human memory to remember all the songs. In fact, if it's number 7, I probably remember it because.
Oh,
it's
is
number
that
7.
why you wanted me to change the number?
Yeah. Well, anyway, but this is not how the trick is done, which is fine. So how we're going to do is I'm going to bring my volume to max, and instead of me predicting a song, here's what we're going to do. Okay, Google. What song is she thinking of?
Songs frequently mentioned on the web include
Oh, give me a second.
Is she thinking about me?
What song is she thinking about?
Songs frequently mentioned on the web
Give me a second.
Is she thinking about me?
You know, that's the thing with
Do I
like
have Wi-Fi?
whenever
right
I
now?
say like, hey, blank, because whoever's listening might have a
Yeah.
their stuff
What
might
song are
activate.
they thinking about?
Songs frequently
Oh,
mentioned
it's
on
not
the web
working.
include Thinking Out Loud, Thinking About
I have a brain scan app on this. It's just not working out for me. Give me a second.
Okay.
Apollo, want to do something? Kill time?
Let me see. Where's that bill? Like, can we borrow that bill from before? I don't have a. All right. Thank you very much. And we didn't prearrange this, did we?
No.
Here we go.
Not at all.
Right? Watch. So this is your 20. My sleeves are rolled up. Of course, hands are empty. Don't forget that. Watch carefully.
He's going to turn it into $40.
Watch
Hopefully
him.
So. Unfortunately not. I could only do it in reverse.
Half-
If you have another 20, I'll show you another trick. Thank you. Have a good night.
Wait, hold the dollar. Hold this dollar. Okay. Do you have her 20?
It's there you are. We'll talk
way-
after the show.
the way
I
she's-
might have to Venmo you later on. I'm sorry.
The way she's looking at you is like.
Don't worry, I'll Venmo you $19.
Yours from the IRS.
That's crazy, though. Your hands. All right.
I think
Let's
we,
do one more?
I think we made her speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm up close and personal.
Yes. How many magicians have you had on the show?
Oh, we've had a bunch, and we're going to have a bunch, and they're all welcome to come that day as well,
Sure,
okay?
Yeah.
So
I'll make sure
Magic
Watkins can
Mike.
come by.
So we've got Cliff.
Mike.
He doesn't go by Cliff anymore.
Oh, he doesn't change it.
What does he go by? Or yes,
Jack of Spades.
yes, Jack.
Oh, cool.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So. How we doing, baby?
So let's.
Wi-Fi?
Do we have Wi-Fi? Yeah.
I got a connection. It's long.
It's a long password.
Okay.
You're the tech guy, right?
Owner,
He's
tech
one of the
guy.
owners.
Ah,
and the
so all
tech
right. So
guy.
yeah, most tech people would have
Yeah.
long passwords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My cousin, one of my cousins is a tech person, and same thing. It's long passwords and stuff.
So wait, I have a question about that dollar. Okay, so
Yes.
all right. I mean, I'm assuming just like everyone else is assuming. Okay, you had the dollar.
Let me do it one more time.
Well,
How about that?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do.
That's what she wants me to
Yes.
do.
All
Okay.
right, so wait. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do it.
Okay. Hands are empty, okay? Sleeves are up. Don't forget.
Okay.
I'll slow it down even more this time.
Okay.
So I'll show it to the camera on this side
This is craziness. Let me say it. Let me say it. I mean, come on. No, wait, hold it, hold it. Okay, give it back.
There you go.
I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
She's gonna start hitting me now, man.
Okay.
Okay, so you're thinking of a random song,
Not the one that was on there, right?
the one that was on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're thinking of a random song, and
Could we start over? Because I forget it. Could we do it from the beginning or no?
You want to show her the list again?
Yeah, sure.
Remember
All right, show me the list again. Do you want me to pick a different number? Okay. So,
Do you remember that? Whatever. What number was it?
all right. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
okay, we'll get out of there. So now that I have Wi-Fi, let's ask Google Assistant, because I probably remember what song it is.
Okay.
So let's ask my Google Assistant. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. What song is she thinking about?
Brain scan initiated. Got it. Brain scan completed. Searching.
The suspense is killing me.
Is it Bad Guy by
Yeah.
Billie Eilish?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, man.
Listen, get out of here.
This trick only works with Wi-Fi.
Listen, that's crazy, okay? Hold your phone up just so I can remember and tell everyone that one, okay? Let's see. Yeah. Crazy. All right. All right.
All right.
Here we go.
I think we should go for one of those
Yeah.
envelopes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So let's go for one of those envelopes.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I want to
Ruben,
go.
You're going to take photos of this because this is the envelope thing he's doing, okay?
Who's doing the envelope?
He's doing the envelope that I had to bring from home. Okay? All right, let's do it. What envelope?
Let's go. Let's leave the question mark one for last.
Okay.
Let's go with the one that mailed it because I know that's been bugging you out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, just to verify, this was not planned. Besides me calling you and saying I'm going to mail you something, right? There's 52 cards in the deck of cards, as you know, as a dealer, right? Well, in here, not in there.
I know, there's no card in here. Go
Okay.
ahead.
You can. There is something inside, right?
I know, but I can't see what it
Okay.
is. Yes, there's something
So,
inside.
in a deck of cards, there's 52 cards. And you know the odds. If you were to get, like before, if you were to choose one card completely at random, right, the odds of you, like for example, like earlier, getting that card spot on is 1 out of 52, which to a degree, if you think about it and you did get it spot on, it's almost a miracle, basically, that you got the right card exactly right.
Yes, or the right
Right.
song. Go ahead.
Or the right song, exactly. Now, if you were to just name, like for right now, just for example, if you were to just name just a random card that comes to mind, like just a nice bright one, what comes to mind to you?
You want me to tell
You
you?
can say, it, just out of curiosity.
Okay, Jack of Clubs.
Jack of Clubs, and that's a card you thought of randomly, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you choose a playing card in here, all right? And again, out of 52, you're gonna have to choose anyone you like. All you have to do is say stop,
Okay,
all right? And just say stop.
stop.
Where you stopped at, yes?
I stopped it.
Yes, good. You chose this card.
Okay,
You could have stopped further. It would have been the 3 of clubs.
okay.
Could have stopped further than that. Would have been a 9 of spades, Ace of hearts. Pretty much any other card in the deck. I think you even have jokers in there somewhere. But these were all your options, yes?
Yes.
Open up the envelope.
Don't look at this card.
Open the envelope.
No way.
And I want you to read into the microphone exactly what it's written there. It's basically, I wrote a letter.
Am I going to have a heart attack? I can't open it. I'm so nervous.
And you read into the mic.
Hi, hey, Jerry. Hoping that you resisted all temptation and left this letter sealed and untampered since receiving it. If you have opened this letter before my arrival, before this event, shame on you. Please stop reading now and replace it in the envelope. I am writing this at 11 a.m. on 5/05/22. I had a dream that I was performing a trick that went wrong. In this trick, you chose a card and remembered it, but the trick didn't go right and I guessed it wrong. However, after drinking some delicious coffee, I came to the conclusion that the card you are thinking of is the Queen of Hearts,
What card did you choose?
the Jack of Clubs.
No, right here.
Okay, so
And that was dated when?
that was dated May 5th.
And you had a free choice of any one of these cards at this point. And I wanted to be random, and I didn't want to give you an influence up to this point because if I did give you an option,
So then
you
me
could've
saying
changed
the
your
Jack
mind.
of Clubs had nothing to
So,
do with
yeah,
this.
so that was just out of curiosity,
Right.
Because that could have been influencing you in any way. So by having you just choose a random card right in front of you, there's no way I can verbally
Right.
trick you, correct?
Do I get to keep this card?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I think that was also subliminal earlier because we mentioned Jack of Spades earlier.
Yeah,
No.
So.
yeah.
But no, it wasn't subliminal.
No.
I won my biggest tournaments with Jack 4, and all my poker uniforms say Jack 4, baby.
Oh, I
And all
see.
my poker names on sites are Jack 4, baby. So I would have picked a Jack.
I see.
Yes. So, okay, we have another envelope, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that says Jack of Clubs.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, again, the Jack of Clubs was just.
Oh, okay. So
wanted
I
you
would
to
have a
just-
heart attack.
I wanted you to just have like a random,
Okay. So
barfing
am I
of
taking
memory.
this now?
Not yet. So I'm, ever since a couple years ago, I was always big on achieving goals, right? And I learned that the way I stay organized, so like in my apartment, I actually have a whiteboard, and every week I update that whiteboard with things that I need to do. It's like a to-do list for the week. Some of it are goals that I'm trying to achieve between now and 6 months, right? And then some of it are just things I have to do for the week, right? So on top of that list, though, sometimes I'm out and about, and I remember, I have to buy milk, or I have to go, do this thing, and I won't remember. So I'll write it down in my notes app, right? So I have
This is going to be
I
crazy.
have a list, and since we're on a radio show, I'm sure you've probably interviewed a bunch of like some popular people as well. I made a list of also celebrities. All right?
Okay.
Some of them are alive, some of them have passed away, right? And it's a list out of 100, similar to his, right? If you were to name any number between 1 and 100, what would you say?
What celebrity?
Yeah, and you could verify this.
Or a
This
singer?
is my screen, yes? Yeah, no, just name a number between 1 and 100.
Oh, between 1 and 100.
Yeah.
61.
61. Oh, my phone. Okay, just to verify, nothing fishy, right? And you could verify this in the camera. See my list of different things. I have beverages. I have a shopping list for later today, and celebrities. And you could just verify these are all different.
From what I
Yes.
could kind of see,
Yes,
yeah.
you can-
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
All right, and just okay, camera's over there. But yes, this is a list of 100 different celebrities. And you said what number?
61.
Okay, you could have named any number you wanted, and you could see that they all would have been different,
Yeah.
right? What name does it say on 61?
Where are we at here? Frank Sinatra?
Do you know who Frank Sinatra is? I'm sure you do.
Stop it.
A lot of people know who Frank Sinatra is. Is there any way that you knew you were going to say 61
No.
at this point?
I did not know anything about that, and neither did you.
Exactly, right? So, I gave this to you when I arrived, way before we even started. You had no idea.
Nope.
There's a question mark in the front.
Yep.
Open the envelope up. And I want you to read out loud, and you can show the camera.
Let
too.
me see number 60 and 62.
Yeah, sure. 60 says Rihanna.
Guys.
What does it say at the bottom? It says you will choose Frank Sinatra.
All right, so take this photo of him and I, please.
She's like mad at this point.
I am not mad. I am like ridiculously.
Got it. Good.
I am ridiculously shocked.
Let's put that phone on vibrate, man.
I am ridiculously shocked. Okay, so remember when I was trying to ask you about other magic tricks over the phone?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this is one of them.
What do you mean?
This is one that just blew my mind more than anything.
Oh, I'm glad. And I'm hoping you'll remember this. And you get to keep that. You can frame it, whatever.
Are you kidding me? Am I going to remember this? Really? No, really? Sign that.
So, oh, okay.
To me, from you.
All right.
And put the date, please. And you think I'm not going to remember this? Okay, how did he do this?
Today's date is what? 5/17. Got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How did he do this, guys? Now, come on, seriously.
Would it surprise you to know that it's been foretold that you would pick Frank Sinatra right from the beginning?
It would surprise me very much so because my favorite's Elvis, and if I thought he would have like found that out from someone and made sure it said Elvis.
See, and that's what we were saying earlier. Some people think that we do research on people.
You obviously didn't.
Right, and I did no research. I mean,
Okay.
at all.
So tell me, what's next?
You're sitting on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Turn it over.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm just kidding. I just proved that there a second
Oh.
ago.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Listen, guys. Okay, so, wow. Okay. Well, we're getting ready to close the show, but I'll give you each the mic again. Is there any other magic trick you want to do, or do you want to give everybody your info?
I think we just give people our info, right?
Yep.
That sounds great.
Right?
Yeah.
Should we go down the line again, or start from here this way? Start from here?
However.
Yeah. All right. So again, I'm Richard Torres. You can find me online on Instagram. I'm a magician and mentalist from New York. I'm also an actor. And Instagram is Richard Torres Magic. It's also my website, richardtorresmagic.com. And I also want to mention this. I also did another radio interview recently. It hasn't aired yet. It's going to be on the for the Latin people out there for Univision.
Very cool.
So it's called, hold on, I have wrote it down here, Agujas en el Bahar. It was hosted by Sergio Alcocer. I hope I said that name correctly. And it was done recently, so look out for it. It's a new podcast that it's picked up by Univision. So I'll be on that. You get to know more about my life and all that stuff. So, yeah. Malachy?
Malachy,
Oh.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, so my Instagram is Malachy Magic. Malachy, Malachy Magic. That's my Instagram. My website is malachyquinn, QUINN.net. malachyquinn.net.
All right, and I'm Apollo Riego. That's APOLLO, and the last name is RIEGO. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and keep your eye out on me. For within a couple of months, I'm going to be on a TV show on a certain channel. I'm contractually obligated not to say anything right now. But
really? You can't.
I can't say.
Okay.
No, not until it airs. But it's
Yes.
it features
Okay.
it features a lot of magic. It could be AGT. It could be Masters of Illusion. It could be Penn and Teller Fool Us. It could be one of those. So keep your eye out on that, please. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just in shock here. All right, so, hi everybody. So I want to thank my incredible guests today. All I can say is, are you kidding me? Okay, are you kidding me? Listen, I'm in shock right now. I'm in so much shock that I'm going to be thinking about this for a long time, and I will probably try and pay off another magician to tell me, because this is insane.
She's definitely going to call me now.
Okay, he handed me this in the parking lot. He mailed this to me a couple weeks ago. Okay, you guys are off the charts. Now, back to you guys. So I want to thank you all for this incredible, incredible show. You blew my mind. You blew everybody's mind. Terry, our audience, okay, our detective, you blew her mind, okay? Ruben in the back, the owner of Hamilton Radio, and Tech Guy, you blew his mind. We will do this again, and we're planning another one.
Yes.
And we're going to have...
Was it July?
I think it's in July.
Yeah.
We'll get the exact date. We're going to have Magic Mike as well. We're going to have Jack Morrowind. That's what his name is. I know him as Cliff, but Jack Morrowind. You guys are welcome to come. Please do. Bring your buddy if he can be
Watkins.
here. Okay?
Yes. You
and
have to see his stuff.
We'll have a party.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Sounds great.
So,
Pizza party.
I was just thinking that.
yeah. So, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mentalism.
All right.
That's too funny. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. I mean,
Yes.
all right, so these guys, okay? Thank you. Okay, Ruben, take us out.
Oh, we
Ladies
can
and
dance?
gentlemen,
You could dance.
Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.